Hello, my name is Travis Baylitz. Today is April 30th, 2011. Yesterday I ended up composing or actually creating an improvisation yesterday. And for the first time in my life, I created a piece or an improv that has really moved me. Now, I've actually had a striking history of an event or events, you could say, that really hit me kind of hard. And usually I do not mourn or tear up during a piece, but this piece actually, I was actually driven to tears after I was playing it a little bit today because I started thinking of it. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I started playing around with some of the chords and chord progression that I was playing with. It kind of hit me pretty hard. Now the intent of this piece is not to aim anything towards convincing someone to suicide, but it's more the feeling or the thoughts that people think when someone dies, or the possibility of mourning over something that has been very difficult to cope with. And this piece is kind of able to pick up on that. Now, I've tried like several times to arrange music, but it just got really tedious and I got really frustrated with it. And once again, the eye strain has become pretty difficult, so I can't really spend too much time on the computer. So typically, I got to the point where I become pretty confident of just improvising what other notes that come from my head. I'm aiming pretty hard to compose more improv. So at that time, or at this very time, that's kind of what I'm aiming to do. For a while now, I wanted to try to make an income composing music, but based on my personality, based on my mental problems, like mental issues that I have, it made things very difficult. And even in that fact, although I have a bachelor's degree, I don't really have a bachelor's degree in music. However, the thing that I kind of learned to pick up on is that I don't want to compose music for a living. I just want to uh, make music to live it. That kind of makes sense. And strikingly, when I used to work with the computer, mostly with the computer, doing some chords with the keyboard itself, it kind of made things a little bit more static. But with this, I'm able to be a little bit more flexible in my notes. I can hear things that I can't really hear just using the computer alone, or making up random chords on the keyboard here and there and then implementing on there. I've been strictly going to improvisation for now, when I'm able to hopefully justify my eye strain, which, I mean, I basically use a projector, I've used a glare screen, I've used LED TV, and I've begun to realize that uh, the problem with that is that it induces some eye strain, and that has the tendency, which some of the labels that I've been given in the past, which is in 2009, was psychosis, and then schizoaffective bipolar disorder, but now it's currently just bipolar disorder. I've been struggling a lot with it, and my history of suicide. Uh, when you listen to this piece, just think about the worst possible moments in your life that can really cause you to think, and you begin to mourn something about something you lost. And when my dad saw me, uh, he knew when I was in the gazebo, I actually hung up a rope and I was contemplating suicide, and my dad kind of saw it in it. He didn't really like it that much. I mean, you can kind of say that, but thoughts like that, I begin to that. It's you know, it's not the greatest speaker, but thoughts like that begin to really make you think. So I won't take too long in this, but once again, I don't want to compose music for a living. I just want to make music to live. That's kind of uh, my philosophy on things, on how I've learned to cope with things. And once again, I have a very hard time with performance anxiety, social anxiety, a lot of those things that uh, should be quite at ease with most people. And once again, the title is called "Please Do Not Miss Me When I'm Gone." I'm not saying I'm suicidal right now, but it just brings a lot of those very dark memories when I was like on a whole bunch of antipsychotics, ton of medication. It increased my suicidal tendencies tenfold, and made my life really, really difficult. And now that I think, reflect back on those things, it just makes you think. It just makes you want to think. So uh, let's get to it then. All right, thank you. Oh yeah, once again, these glasses are just for looks. I mean, I'm trying to use this to. I actually bought some pretty decent polarized lenses. I'm giving these a shot if I can start composing more structured. And once again, I took the criticism. I use fifths. I use a round of fifths. I use basic chords. So I'm trying to create more variety with that too. So I don't need these right now, so I'll just keep them on my head for a while.